Welcome to this comprehensive review of the brand new Heimplanet, the cave tent, a collaboration they recently did with Maharishi, a super nice tent. You see, I'm a huge fan of the tents from Heimplanet. They've been making camping for me a blast, like absolutely love it. And I'm a family father, and to use these tents with families, it's amazing because it's so easy to use. And you can do it by yourself. Like I can go on a trip with my 3 girls alone without any problems to like put up the tents and get everything ready because this is so easy. And I've been making a couple of other edits of the tents I have. And every now and then there are people sending me DMs or questions about the tents, wondering how they are to use and all of this stuff. So since I now managed to have a new one that I don't have, the cave, the 2 other tents I have from Heimplanet is the Fistral, which is a 1 to 2 persons tent, and then I have the back door, which I've been using the most with my whole family. In that tent we actually lived for 2 weeks straight. Worked amazing. So this, the cave, is a 2 to 3 persons tent. Let's put this tent up so you can have a look on it, and I will show you the details and stuff. While I start to unzip it and stuff, you could just look because I've been using this tent a little bit. So here you get a couple of clips from the beautiful nature of Lombok with the tent. So welcome back, here we are. I want to bring you along on the whole thing so you see how easy this is. So I haven't started, even though you got to see some beautiful, yeah? What do you think? Anyway, we have the tent. It takes a little bit longer time the first time you buy it, then you have to put it together. But since I've already been using this tent, it's already for me put together. So then you just do it like this, roll it out. Then we have to find everything. When you buy a Heimplanet tent, you always get extra equipment to fix it if something happens, and also you have the tent plugs, which is of course nice to have. A little tip, like now today for me, there's no wind at all and it's warm, a little bit of wind but not too much. But if you're putting up these tents in windy conditions, I will recommend you to like put out the tent that I'm doing now, like prepare the whole tent, and then if it is windy, you can just attach the tent plugs to the soil before you start pumping it. I won't do that now because, yeah, I don't need it and there's no wind. But that, in my experience, is very nice because then the tent doesn't fly away when you start pumping it up. If you're alone, of course, if you have people holding, there's no problem at all. Since I've already been using it, I have to put together these. So this takes, of course, a little bit of time. And then you attach the pump. You just screw the pump on. Another thing that I really like with the Heimplanet tent is the look of them. They look super cool. They look good on photos. I can show you while I start pumping here a couple of photos that I've been taking of this tent recently. You might think, isn't it scary with an inflatable tent? Like, what if it gets hole in them and stuff like that? And as I mentioned in the beginning, you have equipment to fix that, but also that's why it takes a little bit of time and it's heavy to pump it up. But there we are, voila! Now we did have a little bit of wind, so if I would now already attach the plugs up front, we wouldn't have any problem of this tent getting away anywhere. But the pillars, the inflatable pillars, they are separate pieces put together. And you have, I will show you real quickly here. You have these ones that allows the air to go from this pillar over to this one. So between here, they are sealed. So if you get a hole in this one, the tent will still stand because there are several different pillars with air that holds the tent up. So that's a very good thing. Okay, now let's enter this little tent. And here we get the pattern. The tent is green on the outside, and inside we have the, just a second. But inside, on the inner tent, we get the pattern, the military tiger inspired pattern. Like Maharishi, that's the inspired, that's like typical Maharishi pattern, but I'll take it with me in here. Okay, so now we're on the inside. Super cool tent, yeah? Really like this. So, put you here in the side. There's a lot of things, as I mentioned, that I really like with these tents. The thing is, they are so user-friendly. Around the side of this tent, like over here, and behind the camera here, and up here, you have pockets that you can leave stuff. Up here, it's super nice to attach lamps and stuff if you want to light up the whole tent. And also the pockets on the side, which is amazing. If you're 2 people traveling with this tent, you have a lot of space for luggage. If you're 3, space for luggage is starting to be a little bit of a challenge, but like for the back door that I have, 4 people in that with full equipment, no problem at all. So if you're a family of 4, 5 people, I would definitely go with the back door. If you're a couple looking for a tent, this one will be the tent for you, I think. And it's so cool, it looks so good. So Heimplanet, well done, it's a great tent. Another thing that I really like with the Heimplanet tents is that the gap from the inner tent to the out tent, as you can see here, is quite big. And that, like here, is warm, yeah, and dry in this climate. But in Norway, where I'm from, you often have rain, and this is tents that is durable, that you can use in every kind of condition. This tent is a 3 seasons tent, but for the Heimplanet tents you can get for 4 seasons, so you can use them all year round in every condition. But then it's super nice to have that gap, because when the out tent gets wet, the inner tent doesn't, because it's such a big gap. So for a little bit more spec of the tent, the weight of it is 4.8 kilos, so it's not the lightest tent, so keep that in mind. You also have to bring a pump. Now I was pumping it up with a big pump, but you get a smaller one, way smaller one, so you can have in the backpack, but then also the pumping takes a little bit longer time. For the measurement is 4.8 meters, but the inner tent 3.7 meters. For the height of the tent, it's 125 centimeters high in total, and the inner tent is 100 centimeters high. I think that's it, yeah? So again, Heimplanet, you're doing a great job. Your tents are amazing. And if you have any questions regarding tents from Heimplanet, I know I can answer and help you about the back door, the fish roll, and now the cave. I haven't been using this too much, so I'm looking forward to use it more. So when you're done with your camp trip and it's time to pack down and get home, it's also super easy. Just look at this, okay? So I'll just tear it down. Take out one. And we take out one more. And we then do this. And the tent just goes down by itself. And then I just pack it over and roll it together and boom, voila. Tent is back down. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if there are anything I can help you with, if you have any questions about the tents. And no, this edit is not sponsored by Heimplanet. It's just that I love these products. And when I was buying my first tent, I was scoping the internet for every information I could find. And I remember back then that I wished I found more reviews from people using them in the daily life. So after I bought my first Heimplanet tent, I figured out, okay, I want to make the edit I wish I found when I was looking into buying one of these tents. So yeah, if you are considering starting camping, or if you like to camp and you want a very user-friendly tent, I can highly recommend the tents from Heimplanet. Good, thank you so much for watching. I have a little bit of traveling coming up to new places I've been dreaming of going for many years. So looking forward to see you on the next edit. Don't forget to subscribe. See you.